Hi there, it's Kim from Truth&Tonic for small businesses, helping marketing and brand development. And I've been thinking on something over the last day or two that has come up with a couple clients. And don't mind, I'm sitting in front of my kids' school and waiting for a pickup, and so buses are driving by. But this felt really important to discuss and to plant seeds because a lot of my clients get stuck. I get stuck. You know what? We all get stuck. But it's the point at stuck and the motivation behind stuck that helps us get unstuck. We really need to explore where this stuckness comes from. And one of the places is paralysis analysis, overanalyzing the big picture, overanalyzing all the minute details. It's different for everybody. But another thing that popped up for me was recognizing that my clients get really distressed around the concept of consistency. Now, consistency for marketing and brand development, particularly for small businesses, is critical. Consistency is so important. But what does that mean? Well, from a brand development point of view, visual identity consistency is absolutely critical. But that's easily done if you invest time and hopefully some money into a professional developer with logo, colors, visuals such as, similar imagery and stock photos. Even the way you write is not really that hard to develop consistency with, but it feels like it becomes a problem for clients, for lots of small business owners, when the consistency is around personal brand, how we show up. And a big part of that is because we don't want to just show up as one thing. We're human. So the concept of consistency starts to feel like a limitation. And I think we stretch and pull and fight against limitations on our character, particularly when we've gone out of our way to find freedom and flexibility as a small business owner. So it feels like the concept of consistency and personal brand is in direct conflict with the very essence that makes us solopreneurs. A sole proprietor or a business person who is incorporated and running their business is doing it for a reason. It takes a particularly unique personality that is striving for, like I say, freedom, flexibility, fun, no rules, no limitations, except the ones that you create for yourself, to build that business. So how does consistency support that? Well, consistency is still important. Trust as a personal brand is required to create consistency. You must build trust in those who follow you and like you and want to work with you and buy from you. Consistency is the cornerstone of building trust. People need to know that when they see you, what they're going to get every single time. But how do you do that? Well, I think it's actually not consistency we're striving for. It's congruency. To be congruent really means to create relationships between. So when we're struggling to figure out how this idea and that idea and all of our ideas fit together, we find our core essence in our values and the way we know for sure we want to show up. So I always start with a what do we know for sure about ourselves, about our business, and about our values, and make that the core consistency that we require in our business, and expand from there with congruency. Because if we have that core in place around our values and what we know for sure we want, then everything else that we like, as long as it's for similar audiences, become congruent, and congruent is a companion to consistency. So I encourage you to avoid getting caught up in the marketing lingo and the rules and expectations around what consistency means, except with your logo, visual design, and how you visually show up on signage and colors and photography and things that are more permanent. But when it comes to your persona and how you build your personal brand, figure out the congruency between all your ideas, all your thoughts, all the ways you want to make money, and build relationships, really focusing on your core values and your core essence and your core what do you know for sure every single time. I hope that helps. Congruency, that's my new thing this week that I am thinking about. I hope that gives you some extra thought as well. Have a great evening. Bye from Kim from Truth and Tonic.